As previously stated, philosophy is the search for truth, any type of truth that can be drawn from the natural world. And these can be split into many areas called sciences. So a science is the search for truth in a specific area of study. For instance, physics, which, described simply, is the science of things in space and time. Biology, the science of living organisms. Medicine, the science of treatment of disease. And mathematics, the science of logic of numbers. So far, we're all somewhat familiar with these, but here are a few less familiar ones. Logic, the science of necessary outcomes. Metaphysics, the science of reality. Epistemology, the science of validity of knowledge. And ethics, the science of right conduct. In the pre-modern period, all these would have fallen under the same umbrella of philosophy. Then, at the start of the modern period, say around the 1600s, it was decided to split the sciences into two categories. The empirical sciences, which we commonly just call science, and the rational sciences, which we commonly just call philosophy. For clarity, in this series of videos, we will refer to this when speaking of philosophy, and these when speaking of the sciences. The empirical sciences start with observations of the natural world and end with conclusions that are empirically verifiable, that is to say, observable. For example, say we inquire on whether the Earth is flat or round. Our perception of its shape from the ground can be explained by other hypotheses. Sure, we may be able to deduce the shape using geometry alone, but we would need to defend prior assumptions such as the distance of the Sun and so on. Ultimately, though, we can't verify our hypothesis empirically by taking a rocket into space and looking out the window. Therefore, this topic falls under the empirical sciences. The rational sciences also start with observations of the natural world. Every claim must be built from something, but they end with conclusions that are not empirically verifiable. Now they are verifiable, but using reason alone. For example, we observe that everything eventually dies, even the stars. This prompts us to ask if there is nothing in reality that is eternal. And as we cannot observe things forever, we are not able to verify this empirically. But logically, if nothing is eternal, then this very statement cannot be eternally true, which is a self-contradiction. So there must be at least one thing that is eternal, unchangeable, and this conclusion is verified by reason alone. And so physics, biology, and medicine fit under the category of empirical sciences because their topics are empirically verifiable, whereas mathematics, logic, metaphysics, epistemology, and ethics fit under the category of rational sciences. Here is why. Mathematics and logic, because these are exact sciences whose conclusions are known with certainty without the need for empirical verification. For instance, we've never observed unicorns, but we guarantee that 2 unicorns and another 2 unicorns results in 4 unicorns. Metaphysics, which is the science of reality, because even the metaphysical claim, everything that is real is observable, is not itself observable. Epistemology, which is the science of validity of knowledge, because the science that comes up with methods of validation cannot itself be validated by its own methods. And ethics, because while we can observe how people do behave, we cannot observe how they should behave. There will be more videos in the future to compare the two types of sciences, but for now, let's clear up one common misconception. The empirical sciences have not replaced the rational sciences. For one thing, as they deal with separate areas of study, they are not in competition. But what's more, the common method used in all empirical sciences, called the scientific method, is founded on the rational sciences, at least these ones, and so depends on them to be valid. Scientism, the belief that any claim that is not provable by the empirical sciences is meaningless, is itself not provable by the empirical sciences. Both types of science are here to stay, and both are valuable in our search for truth. In the next video, we will compare philosophy and theology. See you then, thanks for watching.